Ladies and gentlemen, pimps, players, and hustlers, welcome in to a $150 Draft Champions live stream. I will be joined by a guest here shortly. In the meantime, I am just letting everybody know that tonight's episode is brought to you by Happy Ending. Let's hope for a happy ending here on this live stream tonight. We are going to run probably 20 rounds ish. We'll see how we're doing, but let's get it going. I'm actually picking from the 8 spot tonight, and it was my first selection. This is my first choice. So I have somebody in mind that I've been trying to get a lot this draft season, and I just haven't gotten a lot because I've either picked at the front or the back, and we'll see how it goes. But we're going to get started here in 20 minutes. But here is our guest. Better late than never. Anthony Tony Toast Gialdi.
Yeah, what's going on, buddy?
Well, I looked at the contest signups today, and actually not even today. It was tonight. I got home from work, looked at the contest signups, check out the lobby like I like to do every now and then. I see this draft tonight's at 13 to 15, and I was like, all right, I'm going to get in. And I'm like, you know what? I might as well live stream it. So here we are. We do have the big sticker on, but it is also not showing the name. So I'll leave the big sticker on for now.
How'd you do that?
That's just their new thing now. I think when you with the board, because it used to, even with the names weren't showing at the top, it would still show the name on the big sticker, but it does not do that anymore. So,
Gotcha.
So here we are. We're underway. So I'd have pick 8 as my first choice in this draft because I wanted to be in the middle first of all, but I have a guy in mind that I really want because I just have not gotten a lot of them this year, and it's kind of driving me nuts. And I'm hoping to get him here. So we'll see.
Are you gonna play it close to the vest as we go along in case people are watching, or what are you gonna do here? You gonna say it out loud or?
No, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I mean, I'll talk freely. Not with this first pick though, because I really want this. Okay, so Juan Soto, I'm definitely happy to see him go off the board. I don't want Juan Soto in the first round this year. I did get one share on accident because my phone. I was out at the bars and the league had filled, and so my phone it wouldn't let me log into my phone, and I got stuck with Soto. So, okay, here we go. All right. So I'm going to get my guy here.
You're picking the guy that I want you to pick. Let me just say that. You did it.
There we go.
You did it.
Yeah, I've just been picking. I've been picking a lot at the front, and I've been picking a lot at the back. And I love picking at the back. So I'm not complaining about that this year. Last year I was complaining about that because I didn't like the back last year. But I love pick 14, 15, 13. Like I love the whole back end this year. But for this particular draft, I wanted to pick in the middle because I wanted to get a share of Carroll. I want to get a DC build with it. I think I have one DC share and maybe 1 or 2 gladiators, and that's it. And I need to have more because I'm super high in Corbin Carroll. I think I would take Corbin Carroll ahead of Ellie, ahead of Mookie for sure, ahead of Juan Soto for sure.
I'll be honest with you. Of course, it's somewhat position dependent, but I might take him over Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, that's kind of where I have him right there. Like, it's between Carroll and Jose Ramirez for me. I think I'd probably still go Jose Ramirez just because, I mean, his consistency is off the charts. And it's
third base, which is tough. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely thrilled to get Corbin Carroll. And honestly, if Corbin Carroll would have went, I would have went with
Tucker
Skeens. Nope, I would have went with Skeens.
Okay.
I'm a little bit nervous about Kyle Tucker this year. I don't like the move to the Cubs. It's a worse lineup. It's a worse hitter's park. We saw last year. You just don't know what's going to happen with that wind at Wrigley. And last year, a lot of time it was blowing in. What's that?
Is this his walk year, Tucker?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
You know how that can be. What I was going to say is what's going to be interesting is to see where Gunnar goes now.
Yeah, so that was part of my thought process because if Gunnar was totally fine, I probably would have went with like pick 9 or 10. For sure 9, because usually you see Gunnar go before Corbin Carroll. So what you don't see really is you don't see Mookie Betts go before Corbin Carroll. So that's interesting. I don't have any Mookie Betts this year. He's obviously fantastic talent. No, I don't have any. He's obviously, a fantastic talent, but I don't know. It's just I don't know, just playing all these multiple positions, and I think he's had a couple years over the last 4 or 5 years or so that he just hasn't played. He's been getting a little banged up. He's a little bit older. I don't know. I don't know. I just I don't see the ceiling.
No. He's more of a he's a safe play. He's not a knock it out of the ballpark first round, run away and hide. I think Carroll is that guy if he hits on all cylinders. He could steal 50 or 60 and hit 30 bombs, and just he could be in conversation for the 1 pick if he goes off. And he's so young, so that's what people love.
Yeah, and I think he's going to hit for Carroll's going to hit for a much higher batting average this year, for sure. I think he, that BABIP is just not conducive. We saw how nuts he went in the second half last year, and even though the batting average didn't come all the way back up, he was still in the 260s. I don't know. I feel like he's more like a 275, 280 hitter with that speed and low strikeout rate. I just think that he's just a massive talent. It's exactly what I'm looking for in the first round. I'm looking for a lot of stolen bases from guys that don't necessarily hurt you at all in power. And I've always said I like aces and bases early, because that's just the way I draft. I just like in my opinion, the draft doesn't officially start until you get your ace. So maybe that's a little foreshadowing here for what I'm thinking about doing here next. And I'm definitely going to get one of the 2 guys that I like, and they're made my job easier. So I'm going to go Garrett Crochet here.
There he is. Yep. Welcome to the squad.
Yeah. Who do you like between Logan Gilbert and Garrett Crochet?
I would lean Gilbert just because I feel like he's safer. I don't know. It's like a gut feeling, but they're both. I think Gilbert is more of a a slow and steady, just accumulator. Obviously he's a great pitcher. I'm not saying he's anything but great, but Crochet is more of a 270 strikeout, go crazy. His stuff is crazy, but can he handle the workload? Can he handle, Fenway? Can he handle, everything that's going on? Gilbert, we know, can do it because he did it, last year, and he's pretty steady. So that's why I would lean him, but they are neck and neck. I agree with your pick.
I definitely lean Gilbert a little bit as well, just for the amount of volume you're going to get. And he's 2 years in a row, sub 5% walk, and we've seen his strikeout percent increase 3 years in a row. It was over 27%, I believe, last year. So it's in the park. Yep, you're absolutely right. The wins, I think the wins are going to come back a little bit. He's probably never going to be a massive win guy, just because that lineup isn't the greatest. But I definitely expect more than 9 wins this year. I think it's horrendous.
It's so fickle. You got a guy leaving when it's 1-1 in the 7th, or what are you going to do? Or just he's winning and he leaves and they give it up. So wins are just a terrible, terrible barometer of how good a pitcher is, but it's a category. I want to talk about it before we get too deep. The guy who took Gunnar took Lindor and Gunnar. And to me, to hamstring yourself with Gunnar, we know Gunnar's situation. Why not take Gunnar in a different position if you want Gunnar? That, to me, that's a crazy start. Not that either one of them are a bad pick, but together, I don't agree with that pick. I think that's not a great start. And again, I'm looking at a blank board, so I'm not talking about anybody or anything. So.
Yeah, to me, it's not something that I generally do either. But I do think that shortstop is a little bit of a weaker position. There's a nice pocket a little bit later that I'm hoping to tap into a little bit, but after that, it gets pretty bad in my opinion. So being able to get two of them. And then, I mean, obviously Lindor and Gunnar Henderson they both can easily put up first round numbers. So
absolutely. You know, I think that the reason, that I disagree with it is not so much the individual contributions. It's that, I mean, there's so much goodness early to not spread it out amongst positions. You really have to be, I mean, he's going to have to knock a lot of picks out. And the fact is, on the turn down there, a lot of times you're reaching because you want your guys, right? You're not just taking whoever falls to the 15 slot. You're going to end up taking guys 10 picks early, 12 picks early, 20 picks early. And so to build a base with shortstop to me that's a tough way to start. I'll be anxious to see how that team turns out after that start. But I love your start. I can tell you that. CC. Now, do we have another guy starting with C that we could pick in the third round, or?
We got a couple pitchers with the first name beginning with C. So maybe
all right.
Maybe a little Corbin Burns, Cole Reagans. Should we keep it going?
You could. Good. How many of these have you done? These fast, or how many DCs?
This is my first fast DC of the year.
Okay.
All slows. All right, so Josh Hader was somebody I was definitely considering. I think he's definitely a top 2 closer in my opinion.
Yeah, I like Hader quite a bit.
All right, so generally I like to go closer. I like to get that elite closer in the Draft Champions League in the third round. It's just no pickups in season. It's just if you hold off on those early closers and you pass up on those early closers, I just think you can get in the mud a little bit, because then you're kind of relying on there's still some good options out there, but you're kind of relying on the rest of the draft to pass on those good options.
Right.
So
I've noticed, I've got 3 DCs going right now slow. And I've noticed that people are jumping even more than ever now. I mean, rounds and rounds, they're jumping people so the ADPs are out the window almost. It's your pick. So
yeah,
don't feel like you have to talk back, but it's just nice. It's become a situation where it's almost like a frantic way of drafting here leading up to the mains, where people are just saying, screw it. Maybe it's a lot of people's last DC, and they just don't care when they take guys. They just want to make sure maybe they've been sniped in other DCs. They want to make sure they get their guys. So I'm finding that lots of guys are getting jumped. That's not unusual, but it is unusual in DCs, slow DCs, for people to jump people rounds and rounds and rounds. But who cares? I mean, you get your guy. That's all that matters. So I just want to mention that where you think people are going, sometimes all it takes is one other maniac in the draft to pump them up, and that, like you just said, that ruins your plan. So if you don't take your closer early, and you're planning on, whatever the late guy is that you love, don't be surprised if it's way out of whack. I've noticed it here in the last week or two.
Yeah, I just and like I said, I'm going to name guys that I'm interested in, but like Ryan Walker and like Jeff Hoffman are two guys I think they're going to get a lot of saves. They're good pitchers. They're going to have elite ratios, I think. But again, like, you're not guaranteed to get those guys. Just because you like where they go in ADP doesn't mean you're going to get them in this draft. Right. So I like to get and I'm obviously super high on Mason Miller. As you can see, I took him here in the middle of the third with with Devin Williams still on the board. I do like Mason Miller a little bit more. And I like Devin Williams as well, but I just I like those closers. Yep. I like those closers that can get you 100 strikeouts. Like it's Mason Miller is going to be in my lineup every single week, right? Usually the way you start 15 teams is usually 7 starters, 2 closers. If I can get 2 lockdown closers, I don't have to mess with those 2 spots. So I have 7 pitching spots to worry about. shift pitchers and play matchups in and out, and I don't have to worry necessarily about strikeouts. Hopefully, because hopefully I have 2 closers that are going to be elite in strikeouts, and that makes a big difference going from like 100 strikeouts to 70 strikeouts. So that's just kind of my take. Why I like to take that early closer in the 3rd round of 15-team leagues.
So are you going after certain people? Are you trying to diversify? Are you trying to mix it up on this draft and do things a little different than you have been doing? What does your gut tell you how you're feeling about tonight?
No, I'm probably not going to really mix. I'm not going to mix too much up. I'm going to go after I'm going to go after guys that I like. Because again, like this is one of my only shares of Corbin Carroll. So I don't want to take guys that I don't really like when I have my first share of Corbin Carroll, you know? So I go after my guys. That's what I do basically every draft.
Yeah.
I'm not, I don't like diversifying just to diversify. Like I guess that's kind of what
I'm sure. Don't take guys you don't like. But I will tell you that there are times when I go into a draft and I say, if the opportunity presents itself, this is going to be a pitching heavy team. This is going to be a hitting heavy team based on how I start. And I kind of make a decision that I'm going to augment. If I've started 2 or 3 or 4 pitchers in the first 6 or 7 rounds, I'm going to make sure that I don't leave the rest of the staff flailing. So I really try to put an effort into it. Whereas normally I might try to do balanced. So it just depends on what, and there are different spots on the board, different ways that you draft that can lead you to different builds. You know what I mean? A lot of times you find yourself looking at the same guys in round 6, round 10, round 12. Well, sometimes you might say, normally I would always take this guy, but because I have 2 closers and 3 starters, I'm not going to take another pitcher here. So my point is not necessarily take guys you don't want, but to kind of mix it up the way you build your team. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So no, absolutely.
You're on deck.
And as somebody like us that does a lot of drafts, high volume, you're naturally going to draft from all the different spots. So you're going to have a lot of different builds as is. So
right.
You got plenty of opportunities to build a heavy pitching staff if you want to. And I've done that before. I've gone pocket aces and back-to-back closers in round 3 and 4. I've gone 4 straight pitchers like that. So now how those teams turn out, we'll find out.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's looking, we're going to see what happens here, but it's looking like we might be grabbing another starting pitcher here.
Oh, boy.
And we are going to be grabbing another starting pitcher. How about that? All right, we're going to go with Blake Snell. He's
pretty good.
We're locked and loaded here with a lot of.
There's your wins. If you were wondering where your wins were coming from, there they just came.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if they're going to go 6-man rotation, obviously you're going to have less starts, but.
Well, they said Ohtani won't pitch till May. Is that right? Or what did they say? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So I don't think they'll go 6-man until then. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't even know if they can afford to go 6. I don't know if they have 6 guys that are worthy. I don't know. Maybe they do. They got some minor leaguers that come and go.
Yeah, and then obviously you got the injury concerns with Glass now, and
right.
Yeah, I mean, and even Snell's a kind of an injury risk as well if you look over the course of his career. But I just think the innings are going to be elite. I think all 3 of these guys that I have so far, the innings are going to be spectacular.
Yes.
So
Crochet and Snell are the personification of elite innings. It's just how many innings can I get out of him? They are that person. Yep. Yeah.
So we'll see. Obviously, we're going to be looking to get into some hitting here in the next few rounds. But again, I won't shy away from if there's a pitcher that falls, I'm not going to pass on him. Like that's just I don't like letting other people get in a value or something like that. So if I got to go extra heavy on pitching, then that's what I'll do. Because obviously, you look at the board here. We got a few teams here that are very hitting heavy. So if there's an elite pitcher that falls a round or two past his ADP, I don't want them to get that value. I will scoop that value up and make them chase something else.
No, take what the universe gives you. Sometimes I say this to myself a lot when I'm doing DCs. A lot of times, I don't need, a fourth corner in the 12th round. You know what I mean? At UT, and I'm just sitting here going, this guy's like really good. I love him, but the way the draft has fallen, I don't really need him. I need something else. But you'd be surprised how many times what you think your team is doing is going to look like is not how it ends up. Take the best guys that you could take your guys, and let the chips fall where they may. Don't give your guys away. Now, don't jump guys if you don't need them. But if the universe is going to hand you an ADP gift, or your guy gift, that you love, take him. Because normally I would say you're not getting that gift. You're taking him at ADP or before because you love him. So it doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, don't pass it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's see.
There's there's a picture that's very interesting that's still available, and I don't know if I could pull the trigger on him, but
really,
I'm definitely going to think about it. He's usually gone by now, but
okay,
we'll see how this. A lot of people in this draft room were obviously scared of him, so.
Okay. Well, I don't know when it would be appropriate to say names, but I'm interested to see who you're talking about. To go 4 out of 5 pitchers. Well, I don't have anything at my disposal here.
You can say it because it doesn't matter.
Number on your pick? What's your
my pick? My pick is 68 coming up.
68. Okay. And you say he's.
Oh yeah, he's normally long gone by now.
Oh no, okay, he's gone.
How's he's still on the board.
Uh-oh.
A lot of people nervous about him.
Oh, is it DeGrom?
Yeah.
Are you not nervous about him? At this point, though, you might just say, as my third starter, talk about trying to shoot the moon, Crochet Snow DeGrom.
I'm not as nervous as a lot of people are with him.
Yeah. Team 6 don't need no pitchers. Got 4 out of 5 outfielder onlys in the first 5 picks. And O'Neal Cruz can play outfield. So in theory, he's filled his outfield if he picks shortstops later. You don't see that every day. Here we go. You got him if you want him. What are your other considerations? Do you have any others?
Well, if I'm going again, like there's a lot of very good pitchers. Framber, Pablo Lopez, Michael King. And if I don't go with any of those guys, Marcell Ozuna, I have lined up as a solid pick here. But I tell you what, I'm doing it. I'm going to take the.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Let's get nuts. The DeGrom is my SP3.
Well, I guess it's pitching heavy.
I guess we're going pitching heavy. Yeah.
Sometimes it's the path that it leads you down. You know what I mean?
Take what the draft gives you.
There's no way when you sat down you thought you were going to take 4 out of 5 pitchers. So
4 out of 5 pitchers isn't out of the ordinary for me.
Is that right?
Getting DeGrom in the middle of it, certainly wasn't planning on that. But let's check in the peanut gallery here. We got Jason checking in. Cheers, Jason.
All right, let's see who we got here.
We got World Series champion Red Sox so far. Wondering why Judge doesn't go number 1. He's new to Roto this year. He's taking him number 1 in all his Yahoo leagues. What do you think about that, AG? Should Judge be going number 1?
He's a hell of a player. I think I've seen him go 1 in a couple leagues. Pretty crazy, but I do think that I do think Judge is a solid play. I mean, I don't hate it. And I'm going to tell you, I've never been a Judge guy. Never. I don't think I've ever owned him. But
Yeah,
this year, a few shares.
It's all about staying healthy for him.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We got World Series champion Red Sox so far. Checking again. Jazz is the steal of the draft.
I sense a pattern here with this guy.
Could be 25, 30 home runs and 40 plus stolen bases. So,
yeah.
We'll see.
That guy's onto it. He must be following that team. So, team 15. Let's see if they could take another shortstop. That would be awesome.
Yeah, so they went Kirby and Cease. I actually really like that a lot.
I do too. No, I like that.
With the Lindor and Gunnar.
And I really don't have a problem with Lindor or Gunnar. It's just both of them together, 1-2 is really odd. But again, we'll see how it ends up. It's a long way to go. Okay.
So yeah, yep. So I actually just added him to the queue. So of course he goes. We need some pitching to get off the board here. Let's go. Need to get some.
Got a couple teams who refuse to pick a pitcher.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Not helpful. Yeah.
Well, I might just have to stay strong with it then. Who knows?
Just add on. Just keep adding on.
Yeah.
Blow them away.
I mean, there are definitely some. There's definitely one pitcher that I might have to consider here.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know who it is.
Yeah.
Letters in his name.
He's got what?
Got 4 letters.
Yeah.
Me, I know you like the back of my hand. That's fine. I hope you get. I mean, if he comes to you, you know what? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Just take it.
And I mean, if I do
for it, because I just want to see what this team looks like. Yeah.
Bryce Miller.
You don't cross off, do you, Fish?
No. You love that, getting the sheets of paper going and crossing things off.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
I do so many of these drafts. I know exactly which players I want, what rounds they go in.
Yeah. Well, here's the moment of truth for you.
Yeah.
You were going to see how crazy we could get if this guy don't take him. He didn't take him. Oh, boy.
I'm taking him. We're
Are
going
you
with
really?
it. Bailey over. Here we go.
You're a wild man.
Here we go. How about this whip? I might have a sub-1 whip with 5 pitchers.
My God.
Yeah. We're getting nuts.
I think we've got our aces and bases.
Yeah, we certainly do. We're gonna have to get going on some hitting, but that's all right because I actually love a lot of hitting coming up here. So here we go. Let's check in here on the chat. Brutal day for me. Fair amount of Grayson shares so far. Yeah, that's not good news.
I'm gonna check my shares. As a matter of fact, I'm wondering how many I've got of that guy. I don't think a lot, but not because I didn't like him. I just think I just didn't. I liked somebody else. I can't even tell you why I don't have much of him, but let me check.
I don't have a ton, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 Gladiator. There's this other guy's going that I like where he's going. Bailey over being 1, Schwellenbach being another. There was another that's right in that range.
Yeah, he was going in this range here, so.
And I mean, just the way I draft, a lot of times I go pitching heavy early in the 15s. So a lot of times I was chasing hitters there. I don't go this pitching heavy like I am right now here. But
you've gone off the rails here.
Yeah, I still love it though, because you know what? In my opinion, I'm not behind in stolen bases. So, and I think that you can get plenty of power in the middle rounds. So,
yeah.
Let's see if I can execute it.
I have a death match share and 1 DC share of Grayson. So not too bad. 0 Gladiator shares. That surprises me. I thought I covered just about everybody. Gladiator season. By the way, deathmatch is the private gladiators that we do after gladiator season ends, that we promote like privately, through our Twitter accounts. So next year when gladiators end, if we're doing them, look for us on X, and the link would be there if you want to hop into a standalone gladiator. Same price, $50, and we have a lot of fun on Friday nights.
More money in the league too, obviously, with it being a standalone. So
yeah, no, I think it's. I want to say it was 400 for first, 200 for second, like $50 for third. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. But yeah, it's a good way to prepare yourself for if you're doing main events, because it's a fast draft. So
yes,
gets you used to the player pool and being on the clock and having all sorts of fun like that. But let's see here. So sports and socks, my favorite draft so far, 12-team OC type. I went Kirby, Cease, Mason Miller, Munoz. Couldn't be happier.
Yeah, that's a great start. I think in OCs, you really, really have a lot of latitude to kind of go with wild builds, because there's so much available later as opposed to 15s. I know that sounds like hyperbole, but it really is a different feel. I can't tell you how many times I don't know if you feel this way, Fish, the end of an OC, you're looking at your queue and you're like, my God, these guys are all going undrafted. Of course, coming out of DC season, it feels that way, but even after mains, it feels like OCs are just a weird animal,
Mm-hmm. I don't do. I'm not doing any more OCs. I got too frustrated last year on my one OC I did, trying to decide as my SP. I think it was my SP 8. I had to sit 2 closers just to try to fit in either Garrett Crochet or Ranger Suarez when he was going nuts in the first half. And I chose correctly. I went with Ranger Suarez, but it was I don't know. Just pisses me off. I wish they added like 3 pitching slots. Go with 12 pitchers in an OC. Like, I don't know. I just don't like those shallow rosters. I like the challenge of the 15s, where you're almost always going to be weak somewhere. So you just try to be not as weak as the other one, as some of the other teams in the league. And that's I just love the 15s that way.
So I feel like, and this might not sit well with a lot of people who love OCs and take pride in them, but I feel like OCs reward activity, whereas 15s of all kinds really reward more your great draft. Don't get me wrong, fab comes into play and things like that, but if you just churn an OC roster, unless you've completely bombed the draft or have horrible luck with injuries, you can probably make a winner out of most teams. I'm just saying there's a path to it. Whereas in a 15, if you get a couple real bad injuries, or if you have a horrible draft in a 15 or whatever the reasons are, I don't know that you can come back from it. I just don't think you can.
Agree. Yeah.
Especially if you're playing with good guys, which we all are on this site,
Well, especially in DCs, like you can't. A bad
DC,
draft, you can't come back from it. So,
okay.
Right.
What are we thinking? What's on board here?
I'm going to get a guy. I was just mentioning, like, I need to get some power, and obviously I need to get some RBIs because Corbin Carroll is my only hitter. And I actually like this guy quite a bit this year. Mark Vientos. I think there's a chance he gets, he's going to be hitting behind Soto. And
I also like that
Alonso.
I like that you hit third base there, because it's pretty precarious later on.
Yeah. So Santander is somebody else I was also thinking about. Again, I want to get back into the power game, into the RBIs, with only Corbin Carroll. And yeah, I do like a lot of third basemen that go later as well. So obviously you got a corner infield slot and utility, so I'm not overly concerned about it.
Okay.
But it does feel good to get a big power bat, a big RBI guy here as my second hitter in the 7th.
Absolutely.
All right, let's check in again over here on the thing. You're always entertaining YouTube chat. Okay, EA Sports NFBC Simon 24 wins in the 6th. Seems like a good deal.
Yeah.
Okay, I see the Cubs logo in the profile pics. So
must be a Cubs fan.
Yeah, gee, you think?
I guess.
Simon You got any of him this year, AG?
That's a good question. Let me answer that.
I don't think I do. It's
I have zero.
Yeah,
because I'm probably drafting with that guy who just made the comment, and you don't even get a chance to take him.
Yeah, we might be. Yes, I don't not like him. Like I think he's fine. Again, I just usually go pitching heavy so early, and this is generally 6th and 7th round is when I'm hammering hitting.
Yeah, I would totally take him in my Vegas drafts if the opportunity presents itself. I don't have a problem with it. So I don't have. There's a lot of guys I have none of that I won't take under any circumstances. I'm not going to say their names, but they will not be on any of my teams. And there are plenty of guys that I don't have any of that I just like Imanaga that I just haven't. It just hasn't worked out. Most of the time, early guys that you don't have any of can fall in that. But if you don't have any of mid and late round guys, there's a reason. Because those guys eventually become available and you pass them and you pass them and you pass. You probably don't want them. But the early guys, it's luck of the draw where you're at. I like Vientos. Are you looking at a guy right now, or are you just going to see how it looks when it comes back?
I'm adding some hitters to the queue here.
Okay.
There was one hitter that I would for sure smash if he's there, but now he's got a little bit of an oblique, and I'm a little bit nervous about that. Oh, well, there he goes. He just went.
There he went. So it doesn't matter.
There he goes. Christian Walker.
Well, congratulations, 15. You've got Gunnar Henderson and Christian Walker. You win the March 6th news day. Both those guys were reported hurt today and yesterday, I guess, too.
I like Team 15's draft though. I think he's come back strong. I think he's got obviously elite hitting as long as everybody's healthy. And I'm not big on Robert Suarez, but he needed a closer, so
yeah,
I can't hate on it too much. Speaking of closer,
just out of curiosity, I don't know if you want to say it or not, but like, what closers are imminent? Are there any coming up here that are due up?
Well, there's one that I really like.
Okay, then let's talk about
it. I had Riley Green in the queue. He was one guy that I really liked here. But as far as closers, there's one guy that's been kind of going all over the board.
Yeah, I know you're talking about
because he signed.
Yeah, I know you're.
Yeah.
You're talking about.
Actually, there's another guy I really like too. That's going a little bit.
Would it be crazy? Would it be absolutely nuts to take your second closer now?
No, not in a DC, in my opinion.
Right.
Let's see what happens here. So there's definitely there's a couple of hitters that I really like. Actually, there's a few hitters that I really like. So maybe I do. Do I lock in a second closer here?
I don't want you to draft scared. I want you to be aggressive. Okay, you're a better drafter when you're very aggressive. When you're timid and passive, I don't like you.
Get your guys' season.
That's right. It's March. He made it to you. Do you want him? Do you dare? I mean, nobody's ever started this way. If you go this one,
I'm gonna take a hitter.
Okay.
I'm gonna get my guy because I feel like I need to hit some upside here for some hitting, and I think this guy, as long as he stays healthy, we'll see. He got his surgery.
It got it.
Christian Yelich.
Well, yeah, that's a homer pick too, though. Yeah.
Starting in left field. AG. He's back. Yeah. Let's go.
No. I like that. Just saying. You were happy as a clam as soon as you clicked it. I saw you start smiling because you love it.
I need some batting average too.
You don't have a tattoo of him on you.
Not like Bjorn.
Hang on, I gotta reload.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the peanut gallery again. Sports and stocks. I thought Grayson was a slam dunk. SP3 and OCs have done 8 drafts so far and have him in half of them. Still have a lot of drafts left, but stings nonetheless. Yeah, it's at least it's in OCs where the replacement value is much better than in 15s. He can survive, and who knows? Maybe he's hopefully it's not as serious as it looks like it could be.
Right. I hope not too. I honestly, like, once the year starts and you have teams that are competitive and you want to win, right? I'll root against guys on other teams that I need to pass or that are even with me just because I want to win. It's not like I don't want people to die or anything. But right now, I like to see us all make it to at least the starting line. But that's not how it goes. I mean, we got more bad injuries coming.
Oh yeah,
really bad ones, like out for the year ones. So,
yeah, that's definitely on the horizon.
It's sad.
All right, one more thing here. Any more live streams coming up? Just opening day main. Yeah, so obviously you're going to do the opening day main event. That's going to be I think it's going to be a staple every year moving forward. I just love that draft. There's just something about waking up early, doing a very important draft, and then getting results just a few hours later. So definitely going to do that again. As far as any more live streams, I don't know. I'm participating tomorrow night in the $5,000 Draft Champions, and that starts at 6 Eastern.
It's going to be great.
I'm thinking about maybe live streaming, but I want to check with a couple of the people that are in the draft. There's going to be no names, obviously. And I don't know if anybody's able to find out what draft spots people have. So I just want to check with them just to make sure. I don't want to piss anybody off or do anything like that. So,
right.
And that's even if they give the okay, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to do it. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, either way, you know what we're doing tomorrow night. You know what's going on.
Either way, we got a Friday night call. That's
yeah.
That's a staple. Friday nights in the off season. Friday night calls usually happen about 8 mountain time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we'll get into that, of course.
The stepchild of the time zones. We try to pump him up every chance we can. Okay, well, 9th round. These are still huge picks right here. I mean, these are foundational picks.
Oh yeah. Before we get to that, I get to my pick. What live streaming an OC league on Sunday? What's the YouTube channel? Yeah. Is it Sports and Stocks?
I guess he'll reply here in a minute, but that's interesting. Do you know who Sports and Stocks is? Do you know the person?
I do not.
I don't either. I don't think I do. But that's awesome. Hopefully you'll stream it. I don't know how we would find out. I guess we could follow Sports and Stocks on YouTube. I don't know how we would find out unless he says who he is on Twitter or something. There's the guy I thought you were talking about.
Yep. So
we're on the same wavelength.
I was definitely thinking about him.
Yeah, that's the guy I was thinking about too.
There's another starting pitcher that I really like this year, but
oh, for God's sake! Now you're addicted.
I'm not gonna go with a starting pitcher here.
Okay, what are we looking at?
I am gonna go. Actually, a couple of hitters that I like here. I think I am gonna take my second closer here.
Wow.
Which one do I want? Yep, I'm gonna do it. Let's get it done. Let's get Kenley. Let's get that second closer.
Was Scott the other one you were looking at?
Nope.
I did. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought Scott. That was kind of a interesting pick.
I was deciding. I like Bednar as well, but Bednar usually goes in the 10th, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just take Kenley here because there's not a hitter that I love here. So let's lock the second closer in.
Bird in the hand beats two in the bush.
Now we can go to town on the hitting.
Yeah.
I got a lot of guys I like here coming up for hitters. So let's see how it goes.
There's tons. So let's look at some.
Settle down, EA. EA is acting up.
Yeah, but let's Let's keep quiet over there, EA. Let's keep quiet.
It's coming. Patience.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. He might spoil it.
Mm-hmm. I showed it though. That's all right.
Saying things out loud. Why don't you get him on the call? How come he doesn't join this call if he's such a know-it-all? He knows everything.
So what do you think here, AG? What do you think about my team here through 9?
So it's such a crazy. We just talked about this, and you rebuked me when I said, "What about these crazy pitcher?" And you did say you went 4 pitchers in a row one time, but this is a crazy build. Do you remember last year when I did my CLQDC and how much hell you gave me? Of course, it was a horrible team, but you gave me hell for taking all those pitchers.
It sounds like I was right.
It was a horrific team. Yeah.
No, I'm always on board with heavy pitching in 15s. I've always done it. I did a couple years ago. I did one of the $1,000 DCs, and 5 out of my first 6 picks were pitchers, and my only hitter was Whit Merrifield. And so I had like 15 home runs through 6 rounds, and I finished second in the league. So, or maybe third. Might have finished third. And you know what? Hitting wasn't even my issue. It was pitching, of course.
Yeah. Pitching it's really tough. Pitching is really tough when you try to do it. It's almost impossible when you neglect it. It's almost impossible in a 15 to have good pitching if you don't intentionally try to get it. Because there's so many other guys that are trying to get it. There's just nothing left. Another few rounds, it'll be horrible. Not horrible, but it's just things that you don't want to draft is what it will be. You'll want hitters over these pitchers coming up because they start to go downhill quick, and you just I just don't really like that guy. I like that pick right there. I'd like Dylan Cruz in the 10th there.
Yeah, I like that pick. So I'm just looking back at my team. If I take who I was thinking about, Ozuna, over to Grom, this team would be absolutely loaded. But
I was going to say, I wouldn't mind making that trade if you could do it right now. You know what I mean? Knowing what we know, knowing the pitchers you got,
I wasn't sure I was going to get Ober in the middle of the 6th. I like that.
Why don't we withhold judgment a few more rounds and see how the hitting shapes up? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. No,
everybody wants to, Greg and Jeff post like the first 6 rounds of OCs or first 6 rounds of a main or whatever they'll do, because you can't post the whole board. And, it's just kind of interesting to look at the early picks. That's not really the draft where the draft is won. Where you really want to look at is who do they pick in rounds 10 through 15. We don't get to see that because that's just not the way it is. But
yeah,
your money players are coming
PCA. Up. There goes PCA. So that's the guy.
Oh boy, you're going to catch some hell now.
No, that's all right. We still got plenty of options here. Plenty of options. So there's a guy that I actually really like, and I'm thinking about taking him, but I'm a little bit worried about my batting average if I go with him.
Okay.
See how things shake out here.
Well, can we talk about it after this pick, or are you trying to be careful?
Well, he's fallen a little bit, but I already have the position.
Oh. Well, that tells me something. Are we talking about, is this a power hitter? Like pure power?
No, not pure power. Okay. I think he's got good power, though.
Well, let me look here and see who the hell they got left.
All right. I think.
Oh, I know who it is. He plays first and third. Yes, the answer is yes. Pick him.
First and third? No. We're thinking about
Berger's gone. Okay, never mind.
Berger's, out at Smash Burger.
Long gone, yeah.
But it is third base, and I'm going to take him. I'm going to take Matt Chapman and lock him in the corner here. Middle of the 10th.
How's the third base pool looking in this draft? Seems like third base and shortstop have gotten absolutely murdered.
Oh, especially third base. People better get their third baseman right now.
What shortstops are left here? We got one guy.
Don't worry about that, AG. Don't.
Yeah, I won't worry about that right now. The point is, everybody get your third baseman before they're gone. Get them. Whoever's following the stream, they are going to be gone, and you'll have no third baseman.
They are absolutely flying off the board.
And don't forget your pitching either, okay? Starters and relievers.
Yes, pitching and third baseman.
Get them while they're hot.
Yeah, so Matt Chapman, how about all those stolen bases he got last year?
What do you think the odds are? What's his over-under steals this year?
I don't know.
It's not
he's always had decent speed, so
yeah, it's kind of weird. But he's proof positive that it's just about intention for some guys.
Yeah,
some guys don't care. There goes the guy I was hoping you would get.
I was hoping to get him in the 11th. That's all right. There's still other shortstop that I like. So
okay.
But yeah, that 15 stolen bases last year was incredible. I think he's not going to get to 15 again. I wouldn't think, but I mean, can he get 8? I'll take 8 stolen bases. 25 and 8.
I think that's a good over under for him too. I think 7 or 8 is his number. Which is fun. I think we spend a lot of time in draft season obsessing over double digits in steals. Like, for instance, a guy who gets 6 versus a guy who gets 14. It looks so different on your draft charts and your ratings and cheat sheets and such. When you get into the season and you're putting guys in and out of lineups, and some guy's got a twisted ankle on Friday night and he's out of the lineup, so you pull him out, and then he steals a base on Saturday that you don't get. You know how it goes. Or he's got a headache, and then the next day he hits 2 home runs. You bench guy, you're going to miss stuff, and you're going to get stuff. So don't obsess over the very small differences. Take your guy that you think is the best player, and don't prioritize 4 home runs or 6 steals or 10 points in batting average. Those are all completely within, variance.
Right.
So group players, instead of separating them by individual stats, just group them and say, this group of guys I like, and I would take them. Okay, what are we looking at here? Another hitter for sure. Right?
I need to crack another drink here because there's a pitcher that I really like.
Oh boy, not a pitcher. You're off the rails. How many pitchers are on this team right now? 5, 6 pitch. You're going to be 7 out of 11 picks. That's never been done. They'll probably give you a trophy on Saturday mains just for picking 7 out of 11 pitchers.
75 points in pitching. I'm going for it.
He's going for
it. He's there. He's there too.
Oh God! You want to say his name or no?
Really. Yeah. I'm gonna say it because I'm gonna take him. Robbie Ray. Let's go. Let's get nuts.
Do you get like 18 points if you win Ks by like 200? Do they give you more than 15?
This is interesting. I can't pass on Robbie Ray in the 11th though. Can't do it. This is what I was saying earlier. I'm not going to allow guys that I really like to slip way past their ADP just because I went pitching heavy.
That's right. Sometimes you just got to stick to your guns and say, I'm not going to allow you to have this guy if he falls to me, appropriately. So I agree. Do it because you don't want any regrets. No regrets.
I will be honest though. I'm probably done with pitching for.
You think?
I'm just trying to think.
You said that 2 rounds ago, and the last 2 out of 3 picks.
Actually, there is one more pitcher that I really like.
Oh, God.
I got him over in the queue.
He's trying to be first in pitching in the DC, and then just deal with anything. Yeah, I'm talking about the overall.
Yeah,
overall. No, you've already won this league 75 points of pitching.
I think obviously with going this ridiculously pitching heavy up top, getting Robbie Ray, because obviously his ratios not great, especially his whip. When the whip is already as good as it's that I'm assuming it's going to be, I could take on a little bit of a subpar whip to shoot for some major upside. Look at this. I was hoping to start some pitching, and look at all the hitters go still. Does everybody realize you need to start 9 pitchers in DCs in this league?
I don't think they care.
I don't think so either.
Got 2 guys with 3 pitchers.
Well, the good thing is all those hitters that went outside of Andres Jimenez, I was hoping maybe get him in the 12th. But
you need those third basemen. That's nice.
Yeah. Let's get the third baseman off the board.
Team 10's rooting for that too. He's got Machado and Suarez.
But yeah, no, we're gonna pound some. We're definitely gonna pound some hitting here. I got the only thing I'm like a little bit nervous about is my batting average. If Corbin Carroll returns to the 280, we're good. But Chapman and Vientos obviously have some downside in their batting average.
Well, I'm just telling you, philosophically, I never want to win batting average. My goal is always to finish in the middle in batting average, and then the variance will take you where it takes you. If you're trying to win batting average and you have guys that have great years, I mean, I know it's great to have a great batting average, but I don't want to pick guys just because of the average is what I'm saying. I want power. You got to have steals, but I want power. And sometimes power, costs you average. Chapman, right. Vientos. Yeah. Where's Chapman going to hit in that lineup? I'm going to look.
Question. It's got to be right in the middle somewhere.
Well, yeah, I just was wondering if he was hitting like 3rd or 4th, or is he hitting like 6th?
Adames probably. Well, you know what would be nice to have is MLB playing time.
You think?
Wouldn't that be nice?
I got to tell you, if I don't win this year, I'm going to blame it on that site. I might even bring a class action lawsuit if you'd like to join in.
Yeah.
Because he's really put us behind the 8 ball this year.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
So they say he's going to be 4th. Chapman.
Yeah, I would think Adames probably hits 3rd.
They got well, who knows how this really goes. Lamont Wade, Willie Adames, Jung-Hoo Lee 3rd, Chapman 4th. The reason I believe this is it goes downhill pretty quick. You got Ramos, Yastrzemski, Tyler Fitzgerald at 2nd, Gerard Encarnacion at DH, and Patrick Bailey 9th. So, and they don't really have a bench. They have nobody on the bench to speak of. Nobody, that you would care about. Mm-hmm. And so, and they don't have anybody hurt. So it's just kind of like that is good. I mean, with the exception of Jung-Hoo Lee going to lead off, I don't know what's different. What could happen differently? Ramos, I guess he could hit 4th. I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, 4th, 5th, you're going to be in a great spot for RBIs, and
absolutely.
Yelich isn't going to get you a lot of RBIs. Neither is Carroll. So getting Vientos and Chapman to prop my RBIs up is nice. And I really don't obviously, as you can see from this draft, I don't really draft 4 RBIs early in the draft. I like getting other categories first. Stolen bases, especially, obviously starting pitching. At least one closer.
I'm not going to say anything, but before you make your pick, I'm going to let you know if you got your guy or not.
That's who I wanted right there. It was Goldschmidt.
Oh, really? Well, I'm gonna tell you there's a plan B, and you would like it if that makes sense.
I got a shortstop there. I have 2 shortstops that I like here.
Oh, you do? You got 2 of them? I know the one. So we'll see.
Which team?
There, you got him. You gonna take JP?
You can pick. Yep, you can pick. Who do you want? You get this pick, Pena or Swanson?
I'd go Pena, which would make EA real mad.
There we go. All right. Pena it is.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted Goldschmidt or Pena there, so I got a little bit nervous.
I've in the last probably month, I've kind of warmed up to Goldschmidt at the price.
He's going to hit cleanup. He's going to hit behind Judge.
Going to hit cleanup. He's probably a little grumpy, like nobody respects me. Everybody says I'm washed up. He's got a little speed. He can, I don't know what he's got left in the tank, but for the price, I like it.
All right. So I got my next pick already ready to go here.
You do?
Yeah. It's a pitcher. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, yeah, I got the. Actually, there is a starting pitcher that I like, but I'm not going that route.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, I'm going to say it because I said I was going to say it. So Brandon Pfaadt, do you? I don't have a lot of him, but I definitely like him. Do you have any Brandon Pfaadt this year?
Oh yeah, quite a bit. So he, for me, everybody's got a different feel for the player pool and how they like guys. For me, he kind of is the tail end of like pitchers that I'm somewhat excited about. And I'm not that excited about him, but I like him. It gets to a point there soon after Pfaadt that I'm like, I feel like the next 40 pitchers run together in my mind. I'll just take these hitters that I need to take for depth, and I'll take, I like this guy for upside for hitter, and I find myself passing on half of that group that I thought were all clumped together, and I really don't like what I'm looking at then. So it's a flaw that I have where I don't prioritize even middle of the road pitchers in DCs, I don't know if you feel the same way where you're like, I'm not even crazy about any of these guys. And so then it goes crazy. And before you look at it, you got one pitcher out of the, whole group that you were looking at.
Yeah. Again, like I don't go this heavy with starting pitching usually, but I do go starting pitching heavy early a lot. So yeah. I'm usually always shopping in with hitters here. Taylor Ward just went off the board, and a couple picks after I took Pena. I love Taylor Ward this year. I was really hoping he's going to make it back to the 13th, but yeah, he went to Team 5, so I like that pick quite a bit. I want to get back one thing real quick here because I don't think we ever heard back. Sports and stocks. What is your live streaming in OC on Sunday? What time and where can people find? Where can people watch that, including myself?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a hitter here that I really like coming up. I need to have a quick look at the roster grid. See what we got here. So a lot of people have first baseman already. There is actually a first baseman I like. So if my guy goes, I'm fine with it.
Okay. The problem is you'd be handcuffing yourself if you said stuff out loud, but it would be interesting to see if these guys any of them are on the same wavelength, as to guys you like and things like that. So
yeah, I've kind of
always just tape this, when we do it and then release it after the draft, something like that.
Yeah, I backed myself into a little bit of a corner here. So it's like, I obviously have to go after some hitting here. And
yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get my guy here. I was mentioning I need some batting average. And what better position to get it at than catcher?
Oh, yeah. Yep. This is a big year for this kid.
I don't like being behind in catchers either. So, like, being able to get a good one here, in my opinion, in the middle of the 13th as my first catcher I'm happy about that. So, obviously not a lot of power. So you have to keep that in mind when you're drafting him. But you get a little bit of speed from him, and he's I don't know. He's in an offense that scored the most runs in baseball last year. So give me some old Gabriel Moreno. Okay. Sports and stocks. He's back. All right, here we go. Stream it on YouTube channel. Okay, so it's just add sports and stocks. All right, perfect. 7 Eastern this Sunday. I'm gonna make sure I follow that. I'm gonna write that down because
hell, I'm playing hockey. Well, I'll watch you when I get home. Sports and stocks.
Yep, I won't be able to watch it live because I have kids and whatever, but I will tune into that.
That's the beauty of
after they go to bed. I'll also just be finishing up that 5K DC. So,
is that how long do you think it'll take? A couple days?
Well, it's an MTM one, so he's going to keep it going.
Is that about how long they are going now? Boy,
yeah, it starts Starts Friday at 6 Eastern. It'll be done by Sunday night for sure. 50 rounds.
This was like Thanksgiving of like 2022 or something. He does. You want in? Yeah, I'll get in it. So it starts up first round. I said, I want to tell you something. I've got to play hockey. I'm gonna, go to a drop-in this morning. He started at like 9 a.m. Okay. How long are you gonna be doing that? About an hour. Okay, as long as you could time it. I make a pick. I'm like picking like sixth or something. Okay. I got an hour, I guess like all the picks happened in like 5 minutes total. Like everybody's waiting there clicking, right? Because it's easy to pick first and second round guys. I mean, it's like coming out of your brain, no problem. They waited like an hour. My phone had like 14 texts missed, cussing me, pleading with me, telling me, I know you're a good guy, but this is unacceptable. Like I wish I probably got him in my phone. And I was like, get on the chat. The chat, the draft chat, you could scroll it for, 10 seconds straight and you wouldn't get to the top of the draft chat. This is in the second round. So anyway, I make my pick. I'm getting like preemptive warning text. I'm going to tell you again, if this happens again, your name is done. You'll never, I'm like, hey, I told you I was playing hockey. Yeah, but this is unacceptable. You got to put it on auto. Anyway, a story of my fast MTMs. I will tell you, if you ever get in one, unless you sleep all day or you're very busy or whatever, don't do it if you're very busy. But if you're home for the weekend and you have a chance to get in a fast MTM, it's the greatest thing you've ever seen. To sit there in a slow draft, don't get me wrong, you can take a few minutes. He's not going to make you pick in 10 seconds. But if you could please pick in a few minutes time when it's your, 5 minutes, it's a wonderful thing. It's almost like going to a 5-minute live draft that you could do all weekend and it stops overnight. It's really fun, but
yeah,
don't jack around because you will be in trouble.
One of my favorite MTM stories is when he joined a random league, so not one of his own that he set up.
You almost spit this beer out of my nose because I know what you're going to.
He got so mad that he added you as a co-manager and he was going to be done with the draft. You made 2 picks and all of a sudden he texts you back, all right, I'm back in. So then he takes back over the team and does do the draft. But he was so mad with how slow the first round was going that he wanted to quit.
Yeah, he quit. He goes, here, will you do the rest of this draft? I can't take it anymore. I mean, yeah, I guess. I made like a couple picks over the afternoon, it takes to go back for. I can't take it. Never mind. I'm taking this team back over. All right. Why did I even look at everything on this? What's the point? Anyway. Yeah. And how about when he joins ones out of the lobby and commandeers them?
Oh, yeah.
And people are like, hey, I didn't join your deal. This is in the lobby. And they're mad. And then they take the time out on him. How mad he gets. Yeah.
It is fantastic.
Well, sports and stocks, that's awesome. Have you, I guess I should just go pull his channel up, but I wonder if he's been doing this all draft season or sports and stocks.
Yeah, I'll follow the channel and check it out. All right, we got Jason. 100% true. If you're on the clock for 2 minutes, the "you're up" text comes. 5 minutes is you're way up.
A warning when you get your
10 minutes and you'll never play again. Yep, absolutely. Yep, that's exactly how it goes. All right, so back to the draft here. We got
what are you looking at here? I like Marino. That helps a lot. What positions are we considering?
Well, I only have 2 outfielders, so I don't like getting too far behind an outfield. Okay. But I got a first baseman I'm going to take here that I really like. Really? Yeah, another batting average asset. Let's go ahead and get Yandy.
Yep, he's a compiler and a good average.
Yeah, so now I don't really have the batting average concerns anymore. Now with Moreno and Yandy here, kind of alleviated that. But I'm still going to need some power, some speed. But I don't know.
Now you're going to take one or two more hitters, and then I'm going to say it. Let's not forget about the pitching, because I've been guilty of this over the years, where you really come out of the gate firing at pitchers, right? I mean, you got a lot of good pitching. And you're like, well, I've got so much good pitching here that I'm just going to pound hitting for 10 rounds. And before you know it, like, if one of those guys gets, you just don't have any depth, when you really could have you're still on a 75 point trajectory here, but I don't want to piss that away.
I like that Carlos Estevez pick. I like the Brandon Lau pick too. That's both nice. I like that. I have 7 pitchers, AG. I don't think I need to. I mean, who knows? I do have a couple guys that I do like.
I'm gonna let you pick a couple more hitters before I say anything. Okay.
We were going nuts. All right, here he is, Stephen Goodwin in the house.
There he is.
What's up? Just pop in for a sec. Bummed I missed all the Friday Night Gladiators. Yeah. You did. You missed them all. If you blink, you missed them all.
Next year, I gave him a pass. I would message, hey, we're doing it. I wish I could. Man, I'm real busy this Friday. Wow, this is like 5 in a row. The guy must party. Anyway, that's fine. You got I don't know what you got here at 9-month notice, 8-month notice. We're going to be doing Gladiators next winter. We like to have some people on the call. We like to talk. We have good times. Then it gets into the sides afterward. It's a hell of a night.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Steven on at least a couple calls next year. Do you think I'm wrong or right?
It would sure be nice.
Yeah.
We need more fresh blood in the Gladiator streets. It's always just a lot of the same people.
And who's a better promoter than him? That guy will put spider webs on your ass. Before you know it, you're looking at graphs you ain't never seen. He could tell you who's the best gladiator. He could do all that.
Yep.
Absolutely. So you did surprise me a little with the Yandy. I'm not going to lie. I don't dislike the pick. But where are we at here? I mean, are we still going hitters? Are we still pounding the hitting? What's left in the outfield that you like? Got anything on the radar?
Okay, so Gavin Williams, I like that. I was actually just talking with somebody about him yesterday.
You like him?
I do, but I don't have any shares, and I had a shit ton last year. And how do you think that worked out? But I think, I don't know, AG. I might dip back into the outfield here.
Okay, I like it.
There goes Ramos. I was thinking about Ramos.
Yeah, I know the range we're in. Let me look and.
I like Arrighetti. That's one of the pitchers I was liking. I don't want the outfield to get away from me.
Right.
Because that can definitely happen in a 15-team league.
Absolutely, it can. I wouldn't mind seeing.
Okay. Ruiz, I was thinking about as well. I was thinking about Ruiz as well as my C2, but that's all right. I'm going to go with another batting average guy, but again, the power is starting to struggle a little bit. But we're going to.
What are the options? Are you considering anything else?
No, not really here. I like this guy quite a bit. Lourdes.
Right. Oh no, I love that pick. Oh, okay. I didn't know who you were going to do. No, I love that pick. Yep.
Yeah, I just.
Guess what? Let's go get you a Diamondbacks jersey after this draft. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Little Arizona stack. Let's go.
Yeah. You'd be playing DFS every day.
No, what I should do to this draft is go bet the under in their wins. They're all going to get hurt.
Yeah,
but no, I like Lourdes Gurriel. I think he's a solid batting average guy. You're not going to get a ton of home runs from him. Get a handful of speed, but I don't know if he can hit 20 home runs, steal 5 bags, and hit 270. Like, I'll take that at this stage of the draft.
Well, his spot in the lineup, and he's a pretty good hitter. He's gonna get you counting stats. I just don't know how much power is there. I think he's a 10 homer guy, like 15 homer guy, 15 to 20 maybe. But I'd like to see. I mean, it's really now or never. I think he's 28 or 29. I'd like to see him have a hell of a year. Hit 25 or 30 homers. He's the kind of guy that could put up a huge year, like 25 or 30 homers with him. If he could hit 290, I mean, you're talking about a gigantic, like an MVP vote year,
Yeah, I mean, he's
got to add power. You can't do it without power.
Yeah, 3 of the last 4 years, he's got 18, 24, and 21. So there's just the 1 year in 2022 when you only had 5, which is really odd.
Yeah,
he did hit 291 that year.
Yeah, no, he.
But I don't know. Yeah, give me 20 home runs, a handful of bags right there. I know there was a report that he might have more days off this year, but maybe it keeps him a little more fresh. And I don't know.
Yep,
it's still a good lineup, even with
absolutely,
even with Walker gone. So
you pretty much are dominating the D-backs lineup here. I don't know if anybody else get a piece of it.
Ooh, India. Ooh, I wanted India.
How much do you love him?
I mean, there's a lot of second basemen that I like, so it's.
I love second base. Yeah,
it's definitely a guy that I have a lot of interest in. It just seems a little bit early.
Lest we forget, he's going to play third base, or at least they've talked about it. I don't know how much and how long.
And outfield. And outfield.
So we'll see. We'll see what they end up doing.
I might have to go to an EA special here. Might have to
Is he still there?
He's still there. I won't take him this round, but he's definitely somebody to consider here coming up. I just want to see a couple things here.
Are you talking about the EA special of 2024 or the upcoming EA special?
He had a lot of them last year and this year, so.
Yeah.
All right, Springer. Okay, so I think I need to get some more power here.
Okay, we're 4 hitters into this run right now. I'm going to give you one more round, and then we're going to need to at least start looking at the yellow again.
There's a couple pictures I still like. I might have to roll the dice on a guy here. I just want to see how he's
Wait
doing
a minute.
In the spring.
You say that. Is he hurt?
No, he's not hurt.
Okay.
I know spring stats really don't mean a whole lot, but if I can see this guy having a little bit of success, it'll give me a little more confidence in him. He was a very hot player last year, and he bent me over last year, so he owes me. When do we pull the trigger, though? That's the question. That's the other thing. I'm going to go check real quick. Check some recent ADP. I've been not completely out of the loop, but I finished with DC a few days ago and kind of just took a quick break from things. So I just want to see how we're looking here. All right, so he still hasn't gone yet. Okay, here we go.
So
232. Okay, so I'm basically right on his ADP over the last week and a half, 2 weeks.
Do you feel like he's been trending up, or has he kind of been stable in this area? I'm just wondering, do you have to pick him now?
His ADP is all over the place over the last week and a half.
Oh,
I think I'm going to take him. I think I'm going to go first base. We're going to do it.
Is this wait a minute.
What a park, what a life, what a night. Let's shoot for some upside.
Hoskins? Oh.
CES. Okay, so listen to this.
That is a boomer bust pick.
Since February 24th, DC's where am I at here? Okay. So it's only six drafts, so it's not a lot. But the range is insane. 184 min, 287 max. Over 100 pick difference between the min and the
How
max.
many drafts?
6. Only 6 drafts.
6 drafts. Wow.
But still, that just seems like a crazy range, even with a limited. Let's go back to the February 17th and just see what it is. So same thing, 184 min, 287 max, 240 ADP. So I took him like almost right on ADP, but I don't know. I feel like he's worth the risk here because I needed a power bat.
Well, you got a power bat, and you might have a. I mean, it is very much a boomer bust type of it. I mean, he could be a superstar. We're going to find out this year, unless he gets hurt. We're going to find out if he's good or not. And if he's good, that'll catapult this team.
I mean, I obviously attacked batting average last 3 rounds. Moreno, Yandy, Lourdes, they could all hit 120 home runs. So let's take a shot on some major power here and grab some CES, and we'll just see how that shakes out. All right, I'm going to
scroll up a little bit so I can see.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm moving it down 110 so people can still see the whole board. We'll probably do maybe 20 rounds here tonight with the live stream, and then I'll finish it out. It's actually crazy to think that I'm not even halfway done with this.
How long did you last? Didn't you do a fast one the other day or something?
Yeah, no. This is my first fast DC of the year.
I felt
I've done it before though.
Maybe it was somebody else just streaming it. I was just wondering. I mean, a fast 50 round. What is that? 3 hours? 4 hours? 4 hours?
A fast 30 round?
No, a fast DC. How long did they stay?
Fast DC? No, 4.5 hours.
Yeah. So it's a long night.
Yep, that's all right though. But yeah, we'll go through round 20.
Okay.
With the stream.
Yeah, good. Then we can actually say names to each other.
Here we go. Sports and stocks. CES may even get third base eligibility. And guess who needs a third baseman? Not me, but that's okay. I hope he does get it because the flexibility will be fantastic.
Let me see where I would normally go to MLBplayingtime.com.
Yeah.
But it's not there anymore.
It's a
so
damn
I'm
shame.
See what Roster Resource says. CES's spot in the lineup is. They say he will. Yikes! They got him behind Jeimer. What? This is silly. Anyway, they've got Jeimer hitting 8th, but they don't show where CES would hit. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go. Didn't they have like a versus left? I don't know. You know who did have versus left? MLBplayingtime.com.
Okay,
here we go. What do we think?
I got an outfielder that I really like. Love the price here in round 17. I just want to check one thing before I take him. I'm going to take him for sure. So we can put that to bed. But I just want to see where he's been going lately. Min of 187, max of 253 since February 17th.
Okay.
We are on pick 248, so we're almost at his max for the last.
You liked him before, you love him now.
Jesus Sanchez, Miami.
Okay, got a little speed, a little pop.
Yeah, there's a shot at some 2020 here. Hopefully, Miami just lets him go. Just play every day. Obviously, he's not great against lefties, but yeah, but let him go. Do what he wants. Steal bases. Who knows?
Right. I've heard whispers that they might trade him too. We'll see about that. But
yeah, I'm very happy to get my 4th outfielder here. I'm very happy with that.
It drives up quick.
Yeah. There's actually another outfielder that I like. It's still on the board. I might have to go ahead and scoop him next. Who knows?
Yep. So I want to tell you what you're doing right now is what I described earlier. There's just
guys.
No, there's just no pitchers that you like more than you like the hitters here. You know what I mean? Like, I like all these picks, and I'm sitting here going, I don't know if I would have wanted to pick any of these pitchers that I'm seeing go around him over that. But at some point, these pitchers get so bad that that's who you have to pick. And it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs when you've got to pick bad pitchers,
Yeah, so there's been a couple pitchers that have went. Spencer Arrighetti, I really like a lot. He went in the 15th round. I like that. Nathan Eovaldi went over here at in the 16th round. I like that. Interesting to see Grayson Rodriguez go here in the middle of the 16th round. If
that's weird.
To be okay, like that's going to be a hell of a price. But yeah, so those are a couple of guys that I was thinking about. If I was going to go with another pitcher, that I would do. But
what are your thoughts on a couple guys here? Jackson Jobe in this last round and Rasmussen. Do you have either one of them? Do you like them? Is the first question. And what do you think about like where they're going versus what they'll do?
I have one Jackson Jobe. I'm trying to remember what round I took him in. It was an important draft. I'm pretty sure it was my 1K DC that I did. I just want to check. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's my only share of him. But I got what I thought was an incredible price. But I just want to see where do you go here in the 17th. I know it's later than that. I worry a little bit about his control. It kind of his stuff is obviously ridiculous, but his control left him a little bit last year.
Yep, for sure. But that was seems like it was out of character, but we'll see what happens this year. I guess we'll find out. Yeah.
Okay, so I got him at the end of the 21st round.
Nice. Wow.
So I really like that price on him. That's where I took him there. Drew Rasmussen. I don't have any Drew Rasmussen. I love the talent. What is he going to do? 2-3 inning? I just can't see him coming out here and throwing 5-6 innings every start. I just can't see it. So I don't know.
Yep.
Those guys. What has he had? 2 TJs and an internal brace or something. So
right.
His talent is ridiculous. Like he's an awesome pitcher.
He's got one foot in retirement and the other on a banana peel.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, really, at any point is if his arm starts hurting, that's it. There's nothing left to do to it.
Okay, here we go. Stephen Goodwin. He's might join the 11:30 OC. Well, okay. I mean, why might? Just get in there.
Yeah, if you're scared, go to church.
Yep. It's draft season. We only have a few days left till the season starts, so get in where you fit in.
That's right.
Here we go.
It's going to be a month from now. CES system. Yep. Sports and stocks, man. He's good.
Christopher Sanchez, I have him in a lot of leagues as well. And I was actually very happy to see him go here. He got a good price. 12th round, I like that price. I was very happy to see him go. I needed to get back into the hitting. So, my temptation went away with that pick. So, I was very happy to see him go. But how about these third basemen coming off the board here? Muncy, Shaw, Norby.
You gotta get them, or they're going to be gone.
We like to see that.
Mm-hmm. I like teammates hitting run here. Okay, we've done a lot of damage in the hitting. But what are we thinking here? Are we going to come back? There
is a pitcher that I really like. It might be time to take that pitcher. There he went.
Yeah. No, you're right then. Yeah, that would have been definitely somebody to consider. Is that the only one you like in this area?
Shit! There goes Nootbaar. That was my outfielder I was going to take. Okay.
Okay.
We're tilting a little bit. All right, I might have to go to the EA special here. Do I really want to do it though? Do I really like him that much?
Is it time to take him? Can't you wait another round or two?
No, I don't think so.
Oh boy. Well, he will be real proud of you.
I can take my guy later.
You're at least around early, but who knows? All it takes is one other person. Is there anybody else you like?
How much time I got here? 26
you got
seconds.
25. Yeah.
I just want to come on. work phone. All right, I got him at the top of the queue. So if I do, I think I'm just going to take him.
Okay. Old
Let's
MB. Come on. Oh.
No. Colt Keith. Michael Bush is gone. Is that who you're thinking of?
No.
MB.
A pitcher.
Oh, pitcher. Oh, yeah, no.
That's why I was saying, wait another round or two. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, I don't need to take him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Colt Keith, I think, let me see what his ADP.
Well, you're going to have first base, second base. So the plus side is if CES jacks it, you're probably going to have a first base eligible guy there to help you out.
True. Yeah,
but let's be positive. And by the way, you're at four corners. I want to mention that. So your UT is taken up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, no, I needed Colt Keith for second base.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I didn't know if you knew you had four corners. What was I going to say? Yeah. What do you think Keith's going to do?
I don't know. I think he's going to hit in a good spot in the lineup. I think I don't really like taking Detroit hitters just because the park, the weather is horrific in the first month of the year. So I do think those two things do stunt a little bit of what his ceiling is, I guess is kind of what I'm getting at. But I don't know. I think as long as your speed is okay, which I probably still do need to get a little bit more speed, but I do have my middle infield open. So, you would think I'd be able to get some speed there.
Absolutely. You will. I
just think there's an opportunity there for, a 260, 20 plus home runs, 80. I think there's a lot of room for him to out earn that draft price.
So I went to a Tigers game last summer, in KC, and I never had even thought about it being interested in it. And actually, I was for work, and we were like down in the dugout suite thing. It's like the second time ever in my life I've been that close. So anyway, here comes Colt Keith, and he's big, like he's a big guy. I'm like, that guy plays second base. Just never seen huge second baseman. I don't know how tall he is. He's big, and I was like, that guy's going to be really good. I think. How old is he? He's still pretty young.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like he's going to be a big time hitter. We'll see how the power comes along, but I was going to look and see.
Yeah, he just
6'2", 211. I mean, he's a big guy for a second baseman, I think.
My thing is he just hits too many ground balls. Ground balls and line drives. So I think he's got a nice batting average floor. He needs to get kind of lucky on the home run per fly ball to really put up a very good home run season. So that's why I think like 20 home runs is probably realistically what I think he can do. Now, if he makes some adjustments to his swing and starts lifting the ball a bit more, he could be in for a real big year. So,
right.
He had 27 home runs in the minors in 2023. So he's got the ability to do it. He's got the ability to be an elite 4 category guy. So that's kind of where I stand with him there. And I thought he was a good fit for this roster.
I think if he starts hot, where the way the lineup looks right now, Torres, Green, they've got Winfield Perez hitting third, Kerry Carpenter, Colt Keith. I think Keith could be hitting third, personally. So,
yeah.
I mean, if you got the number 3 hitter and he doesn't fall on his face, he's not going to – that's where he'll be in this lineup all year if he starts hot. So, because who are we missing? We're missing Parker Meadows. And is that it? I thought somebody else got hurt. Well, anyway, there's not a whole lot more that would unseat him. He's going to probably have a prime lineup spot. And in the 18th round, pretty good pick.
Yeah, I like it. It's not anything like super exciting, but It's a rock solid guy. It's going to be in the lineup every single day, and it's going to give you the flexibility.
All right, you're up.
That we love. Yep, I'm looking at it. I have no idea who I like here. This is like the first time I'm like, I don't know.
Do you have a couple? Can you give us a couple that you're considering? We're coming down the stretch here.
Yeah, I'm considering Clark Schmidt. I think it's a good price on him here.
Okay.
I know he's a little banged up.
Right.
What is the latest with him? How banged up is he?
Right now, I'm going as fast as I can here. Get ready here. You caught me off guard.
He's day to day with a back. Well, I think I'm gonna roll the dice with him. I think it's worth the pick here. I think there's I got a really good, obviously, foundation for pitching. So I think I don't know. I like that. I like taking a shot there, especially when obviously there's not a lot of other people that I like that I shouldn't say that I like that I'm in love with, because there's a lot of people that I like here.
That's what happens when you get in this area where it's like Nestor Cortez, and I mean, it's just like I like a lot. I like them more than others, but I really need second catcher. I really need my middle infielder. I love this. Well, then now how do you think the pitchers will look? Another round or two. So you did the right thing. Just kind of add on and give yourself a lot of options throughout the year.
Yeah, we'll take a shot there. And I don't need him right away with how heavy my pitching is. So that's
doing all right.
All right, here we go. Sports and stocks. A couple hot takes for me this year. What do you guys think of them? Ezekiel Tovar over Bo Bichette, Ian Happ over James Wood, Schwellenbach over Chris Sale, Riley Green over Lawrence Butler. Yeah, I could see Tovar over Bichette. Obviously, we just saw a horrific year from Bo Bichette. And even with, I know a lot of people like to talk about Ezekiel Tovar's swing decisions. Even with that, he was very good last year. So what if he improves there? Again, I do think Bo Bichette's going to bounce back a little bit. He's already having a nice spring. But yeah, I mean, I don't hate that call at all. What are your thoughts on Tovar over Bichette?
Well, you're right. There's a couple things going in Tovar's favor. Obviously, he's already done it at the MLB level, and he's super young still. I think he's like 22 or something. He's really young. Bichette, now we've got a couple of years of so-so or disappointing, underachieving. And so I would take Tovar over Bichette in a bet, but I think Bichette goes before. Where do they go, ADP? Are they about even?
Bichette definitely goes later.
Does he? I was going to say I would just take a shot on Bichette, because I think Bichette's ceiling is a little higher due to Tovar's, discipline, plate discipline.
No, they are right next to each other.
I think I would lean Bichette myself, but it doesn't mean. I mean, it's like Bichette could shit the bed and then Tovar beats him again. I just think Bichette's ceiling is a little higher, which is what I'm used to trying to draft to.
Right. Ian Happ over James Wood. Ian Happ is probably one of the more underrated players in fantasy because he plays almost every day, every year. Like, he just doesn't miss a whole lot of games. I definitely, I like it because I'm not a huge James Wood guy. There's just way too many ground balls in that profile. Now, he's obviously super young and he plays for Washington, who's going to steal a shit ton of bases. So I'm not completely against James Wood. I don't have any James Wood because of the price. Maybe I have one James Wood, but the price is, for me, is what I just can't get past. And I'm on the clock here. So, AG, you want to talk? What do you think about Ian Happ over James Wood?
Yeah. So again, I'm more of a ceiling drafter. Doesn't mean I want to do something crazy, but in this case, I think you would take just straight comparing stats of what you expect from them this year. I think Happ is probably a safe bet to at least be even with Wood. And then when you take into account their ADP, that makes Ian Happ the easy pick. But if you're just saying from pure stats, I mean, I I think everybody would say Wood should beat him, like Fangraph Player Rater. I just, Hap is so steady. So,
yeah, just the counting stats you get from Hap.
Wood, but I'm also having to take Wood rounds earlier, which, negates that. So,
yeah, I would for sure take Hap at the price over Wood at the price. But yeah, Hap's counting stats is because he plays all the time. Hits a good spot in the lineup too. I think he's a great pick on the board. Gives you some speed, some power. But yeah, I definitely like Hap where he goes. Spencer Schwellenbach over Chris Sale. Yeah, I mean, I think I just took my first 2 shares of Chris Sale at like my last couple drafts. I'm not super into Chris Sale, but obviously his ceiling is ridiculous. We just saw it this past year, and he looks good in spring. He just came out and pitched well in spring, but obviously the injury concerns are always there for Sale. I like Schwellenbach as well. Would I take Schwellenbach straight up over Sale? I think you're banking on a Sale injury for that to happen.
That's the only way you would say that to me.
Yeah, but
I think if they're both completely healthy, there's just no way.
Yeah, if you're fading Chris Sale 100% because you think he's going to get hurt again, then yeah, I can definitely see it.
Yep.
Riley Green over Lawrence Butler. Okay, this is interesting. I just talked a little bit earlier about how I don't like those Detroit hitters because the park and the weather in that first month of the year. And Lawrence Butler is a guy I drafted on 2 of my main events last year, and he was bad and I had to drop him. And then he goes off. So I did take Lawrence Butler around 1K DC. I got him in the 6th round, I was ecstatic to get him there because a lot of times he's going in the 5th. So I was really happy to get him there. Riley Green, I do have a couple shares of. I don't have a ton of either guy. So Riley Green over Lawrence Butler, I could definitely see it. I mean, I think that Lawrence Butler is legit, but obviously he doesn't have the track record. And Riley Green, we've seen him do it a couple of years now, but he also kind of gets banged up a little bit. So I could see Riley Green over Lawrence Butler. What do you think, AG?
Well, again, it's a bit of an apples and oranges thing when you take into account Butler's in the 4th, sometimes early 5th, and Green. I'm sorry. Green goes in the 8th. So, but if you're just saying, I think what he's saying is he just thinks they'll outperform them this year. Kind of a bold take. I would not agree. I would take Butler every time. Now, this is injuries notwithstanding. I do think Butler is real. I don't think it was a flash in the pan. I certainly don't think the ballpark move from the Oakland, National Park to, this new Sacramento Park is going to hurt him. So I think that's why everybody's so hot on Rooker too, is the new park. So we'll see what that means, but I think that would be I would be an underdog bet, Green over Butler myself. The other ones I thought were legit. I don't think Schwellenbach beats Sale if they're healthy either.
Yeah, that's just a health issue, and that's why I faded Sale for the first, how many months we've been drafting? First 5 months of drafting.
We're in March. I mean, think about it. Really, October. We were drafting for 6 months. I'm almost kind of glad to get it over with. It's the best time of the year. It's like months of partying, really. But it's also kind of nice to put it to bed. But then everybody crawls into their own holes and just manages their teams, and it's not really quite a social aspect like draft season. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, I'm ready to start seeing some results too.
It's gonna be a big year for you. Scroll that up so we can see where everybody's at here.
Oh yeah, so let's take. We can hide this now.
Okay.
So yeah, we made it through round 21. Do have 17 people still watching, so I mean, maybe we'll stick it off for one more round. If anybody's got any questions or any thoughts, they might have fallen asleep. They might be just completely tuned out. But if anybody's got any thoughts on anything, like my team, hate my team, anything, just put it in the chat.
Let me just talk about here the last few picks. So we went Schmidt, which I think, it was just kind of an add-on pick. Danny Jansen, I like it. 20 homer power. I mean, he's definitely moving to a better ballpark again. So I think Jansen's a nice pick there. I think he's a wonderful catcher too. Him and Bailey actually are some of my favorites there. And then you went with MB that we talked about earlier when I thought you were going to do it. So that's a nice move. He's a quality pitcher. It's just health again for him. I don't think there's any doubt that he's a good pitcher.
Yeah, and he's got the second year back from the injury, so it's like, yeah, this is the time to take him. I think there's going to be no training wheels. It's just see what you got. And again, like that pitching in Chicago that first month is just not going to be good weather, which is perfect for pitchers. And who knows on the wind? Obviously, in NFBC we're setting lineups for the week, so it's not like I can pull them out the day of a start unless it's on a Monday or a Friday. After seeing what the weather or what the wind looks like there. But I'm sorry, I can't even do it on a Friday because it's it's week long for the pitchers. I don't know. I like the upside. He's my SP7, I believe, here. So I got my entire pitching filled out.
So, I wanted to mention one thing. I'm quite sure the 17 people and whoever else are familiar with DCs and the difference. But it's not just that you're in a 15-team league and it's a deep, deep draft. It's that personally, once you get out of the draft and you're just managing this 50-player roster, you have a lot of choices to pick from, at least in the beginning of the year. Ideally, you haven't drafted a bunch of minor leaguers that won't help you. You've got at least a lot of choices at pitchers, relievers, starters, until they get hurt. And what you were just saying made me think of this. I mean, it's going to be cold in the first month of the year. Boyd is healthy in the first month of the year. I mean, we're not talking about the 6th month. We're talking about so if you can get out of the gates, you're going to have a lot of choices as the season rolls on, but getting out of the gates quick is nice. You can't have a guy starting off injured or a guy starting off getting rocked, because what the managers remember, the owners, the GMs, us, we remember how these players start the year. If he starts hot, if a hitter starts hot, he can start for months based on that and hit nothing, and they will not pull him out because he started hot. But if you start cold, you never get a chance to get hot sometimes, for these younger players. So anyway.
Yeah.
Right over.
So I only have 4 outfielders right now. So
okay. What are we considering? Because this is looking probably on the pod.
At 2 outfielders that I kind of like here.
All right.
I'm just seeing if I could maybe stretch it around or not. I don't know if I can.
Oh, okay.
One guy's kind of iffy.
Oh, okay.
And the other guy's like right on the nut.
Right now, he's ADP right now.
I like both these guys. Left-handed sluggers. I think.
Is one of them MK?
Nope.
Okay. He might have even gone. I'm not even looking up here.
It's going to be matchup. It's going to be very matchup based.
Oh.
Okay, let's just take him because we're running out of time.
We'll
take Trevor Larnach here.
I think he's going to get a little run versus lefties too. Was that the other guy you were looking at, Jock?
Well, I have UT filled already, so I couldn't.
Yeah, that's true. But I like the Larnach pick. He's going to get tons of play, so that's the key. That's the number one thing in DC.
It's gonna be. I'm obviously gonna have other outfielders on this roster. I'm probably gonna have at least 5 more. So it's gonna be matchup based. So if he faces all righties in the first half of the week or second half of the week, he's gonna be in there. If he faces 2 lefties or something, he'll be out. And we'll just we're gonna play the matchups with him. But I love the power upside that he's gonna bring. So
I think he's hitting high in the lineup too.
Yeah, it should be somewhere right in the middle, right?
I think I saw him. Let me go look. I wanted to say it was 3 or something the other day. And really, if we had another site like MLBplayingtime.com,
could you imagine?
so like, I don't want just to hear one thing. I want to hear different opinions. And we don't have that anymore. We did have it, but we don't have it anymore. Anyway, for old Larnock, they've got him hitting 4th on our only source, which I don't even want to say what it is because I loved MLBPlayingTime.com so much that it breaks my heart to even have to go to this site. But I have to now. I don't have a choice.
Yep.
Those were the days. All right.
So, well, Otto Lopez just went. That's the guy that I was considering because I have middle infield open, but I still got my guy who's still there. But
yeah, you got. Hey, let's go ahead and let's not dilly dally. Let's get him here, okay?
You know who it is.
Names. Huh?
All right, I'll tell you what. We're gonna stick on for 2 more rounds. This pick or the next pick because I'm gonna take 2 guys.
This is a very important pick here, and I need you to go ahead and just put them in the bank. Okay, I don't want to play games.
Yes, we're gonna get 2 absolute staples on my fantasy baseball team.
Let's not play around here. Let's go ahead and win the league right here.
Oh man, one of them is actually real early though. That's all right.
Are we way ahead of ADP?
I think so.
Well, if you want to
see how it is,
you could do it.
Let's see how it is. Yeah, I think we're not that far ahead, but we're past the min pick at least.
I will tell you that I'm noticing like unusual behavior in my drafts where anything that hits a podcast, any news that comes in on RotoWire, anything that happens, somebody hits 2 home runs, people are making irrational picks. And also, any bad news, like guys are just being not picked. Yeah. So if you want to play the game, I don't know, but.
All right, I am going to play the game. I'm going to wait on that guy till the next round, and I'm going to take this guy. This is the George Kirby of round 23.
Oh, baby. There he is, old Nick. Come on home, Nick.
Come on home, Nick. Oh, God. Doesn't walk anybody. Induces the weakest contact in the league. What an absolute stud.
Salt of the earth.
What a stud. And he's my first bench pitcher. How about that? SB8? Kidding me?
Wow. What a pick.
That is fantastic.
I almost want to contact the admin at this point. Something has to be done here.
Ask the other 14 how they let them slide to me.
What? No. Contact the admin. And they say, can I help you? I really didn't want to talk to you. This is to the rest of the league. Guys, if you're just going to surrender, just auto pick and let's get this over tonight. You're letting me have everybody I want.
All right. So the last pick is going to be the last pick for the stream, anyways, is going to be my guy. My guy for the 2025 season, baby. Let's fucking go. Yeah, so I was looking at
if it's the pick we want, I mean, I'd say you could probably put the rest of the draft almost on auto. I think we've won the league here, barring injury.
It's a wrap. Yeah,
that'll wrap her up and put a bow on her.
Yeah, no, this has been it's been an interesting draft because obviously I went so ridiculously heavy with the starting pitching. Again, if I could go back, I wish DeGrom would have gotten taken, but I don't know. I feel like pairing DeGrom with the rest of that starting pitching is just.
Do you have much DeGrom?
No, I think it's only my second share.
Yeah, sometimes it's good. I mean, what are the odds that DeGrom has the year that everybody says? I don't know, 10, 20%. I don't know. So maybe, 25. So if you have 10 teams and one share of DeGrom, I mean, if he goes off, you don't want to just see that happen there, unless you hate him.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just hate somebody. Oh, man.
What's up, Eric?
Oh, you know what? I want to say Rob D. Maybe might have been a pod. I can't remember. I think he did all 50 rounds on a fast DC. I think he did.
Yeah, that's not going to happen for me.
In the cuts, just trying to get back in the groove. Okay, I mean, you've been off for a little while. Just Just trying to get back out there, man.
I was only going to go 20, and I'm going 24. So
you went above and beyond. That's like
baby steps. Baby steps.
Dinner costs 20 rounds. You went ahead and tipped everybody.
But yeah, this is it's been interesting. I was very happy to get Vientos because I needed that power at that point. I was very happy to get Matt Chapman. I feel like middle of the 10th round is a good price on him, especially the way everybody was taking hitting early. I was very happy to get Chapman in the middle of the 10th. Had to get my guy Robbie Ray in the middle of the 11th. Couldn't let him slide any longer. I don't know. Address the batting average in the middle rounds, which you can do this year with Moreno, Yandy, and Lourdes. Take a little bit of a shot here with CES. It's all right. I'm looking forward to seeing how this team turns out. I need to obviously dominate pitching though. I need at least 60 points minimum from pitching.
Yeah, I think don't hang crepe quite yet on your hitting. I think your hitting's really shaping up here. So obviously you've got a few more holes to fill, and then depending on how everybody's depth looks, I mean that's how you can judge it too. But I think this is a hell of a team you got going. Everything's barring injury.
Yeah, of course, especially in DCs. Okay, here we go. Eric's working till midnight. Oh, you got 3 more hours, Eric. You should get back to work. Quit watching this stuff. What else we got here? We got World Series champion Red Sox checking in again.
Oh, what's he got? Oh, there that's unusual.
Austin Wells.
Yeah.
Austin Wells.
You just
imagine.
He's not even in the draft, and he just wants other people to pick these people.
Yeah, this is I'm a little behind here. He sent that earlier, and Austin Wells is already gone. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, this is old. I mean, Austin Wells went a few rounds before you took Jansen, I think.
Oh yeah, way up there. Holy kittens, round 14.
Yeah.
Okay, what else we got here? Oh, here we go. World Series champion Red Sox again. I'm still really open to things, Boone said. I just think Wells is going to be a really good offensive player. I think he's going to get on base, so that's part of that.
That guy must be a huge Yankees fan, as many of those Yankees as he loves.
There it is.
You got one more to go. Are we going to take the man and move on, or what are we going to play chicken?
Well, if it wasn't for the stream, I'd play chicken on the round, but we've already been teasing it, so we're just going to go ahead and do it.
Come on home, kid.
There it is. Homer pick. Let's go. Caleb Durbin. Let's go. 40 steals. Walks more than he strikes out. He's going to gain third base eligibility. He's going to be an absolute stud. He fits the Brewers mold to a T. He's going to be on a team, the Brewers, that run a ton. And everybody says he doesn't have any power, and he's got 2 home runs this spring already. He had 10 home runs in, I think, 80-some games last year. So, yeah, I'm all aboard the Caleb Durbin train. But, AG, any final thoughts before we head out?
No, I think you got a hell of a team going here. I'm anxious to see how it ends up. And if this one's up there in the overall running, maybe you could do a little update in the middle of the year on this. You know what I mean? I just want to let everybody know.
If it's in the overall running, we'll do an update. I don't think it's going to be an overall contender.
You don't have overall vibes?
If I'd have taken Ozuna over DeGrom, I'd have overall vibes. I think I'm one big power bat away from getting that tingle. So,
all right.
But alrighty. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. AG, thanks for joining, and we'll catch y'all next time.